Welcome to Same Spit Different Face TV. Well, my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast, and it's free. So don't forget to spit on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification. If you clicked on this video to hear about Drake's situation with Joe Budden, baby mama, I need you to hit the like button now. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Now, Spit Squad, Drake, he one of the pettiest of the petty, and you know that he been in like a bromance, a love-hate relationship with Joe Budden where, you know, they big each other up, but then they down each other. And Joe Budden basically, you know, at one point it became up and stuck with Drake. And every time Drake do something, he is hypercritical of him. He gives him bad reviews. He just talk crazy about Drake all the time. They be underhanded compliments sometimes as well. But I mean, him and Drake have a relationship where, you know, Drake benefited from Joe Budden being around Joe Budden at the beginning of his career. And maybe Joe Budden feels like, well, now since you up, you know, you started acting differently and you started acting like I didn't influence you when you were younger. All you said was how great of a rapper I was and I did this and I did that. So maybe that's the start of the deterioration, and maybe it's other things that happen behind the scenes, like maybe Drake trying to get with some of Drake girls. We do know that Drake and Joe Budden used to hang around when he was with Tahiri, but then Drake started hanging with Tahiri after Joe Budden was done with him. And so one thing, when we hear Joe Budden talk about how rappers always trying to run up behind other rappers' women and how they be trying to get with him, and he say he thinks secretly some of these rappers are gay. They be getting with the woman, but they really be wanting to be with the man, and they infatuated with him. Now, in hindsight, I'm able to see that those jabs and diss were at Drake. But anyway, moving forward, Drake dropped his Valentine's Day album with Party Next Door, Something for the Lovers, or Some Love Songs, whatever it's called, but that's neither here nor there. The whole purpose is that Drake went to a restaurant and he basically paid the tab of everybody in there that night. That restaurant is called Tatiana's, but the kick to it is that it's owned by CYN Santana, new baby daddy, essentially, like her new guy that she with now. So that was basically just a petty thing from Drake. What is the thing behind it? I kind of don't know what the thing behind it, just to be like, maybe to be like, yo, she left you and she leveled up, or she left you and she's with a guy who has one of the biggest restaurants in New York now and you just doing your little podcast. And let's be clear, Joe Budden has one of the biggest podcasts in the world, not just black, not just hip hop talk, not just, it's one of the biggest podcasts in the world. So I wouldn't say it's little, but when you looking from Drake's perspective, you would definitely look at it and say it's little. But not only that, you would also say that Joe Budden is one of the media's pro media platforms that was significant in trying to drive the narrative that you couldn't handle Kendrick and Kendrick killed you and you didn't do anything, you didn't fight back. When it's not true that Drake didn't fight back. Did Drake lose that battle? Obviously. But do Drake think that he didn't organically lose that battle? Of course. And are we starting to see the remnants of maybe it was a lot of bots put to work in order to help Kendrick get what he want to get? Of course. And I did a video yesterday where y'all should check it out. It's in my Drake playlist, but I basically talked, matter of fact, I'll just put the video at the end screen at the in the top left corner. But when you actually think about it, man, only, first of all, Kendrick Lamar get the Apple halftime show. Then Kendrick Lamar get the Apple interview. But then Drake gets the #1 song on Apple. So when you look at that, you say, oh, so Apple actually wins at the end of this. And who was really driving this beef? I think that when we look at the higher ups in the music industry, what they were trying to do, they were trying to humble Drake. So I think they succeeded in some aspects of it. But in the grand scheme of it, I think the higher ups noticed, oh, we're not going to be able to get rid of him like we thought we could. So we're going to have to play ball a little bit. If you want more Drake updates, hit the subscribe button and the like button. If you want more hip hop and celebrity updates, hit the like button and subscribe button. Check out my original Chicago hood movie in the end screen, No Time to Play Fair. If you into sneakers, you a sneakerhead, you love seeing the new Jordans, Pumas, whatever it may be, subscribe to Kicking It with Fairplay 2333. If you trying to follow me on my basketball journey, my weightlifting and fitness journey, and also be inspired to get back on your fitness journey, subscribe to Fairplay, Flex, and Fadeaway. Also, any of these pages I just named, you can also find them on TikTok or Instagram.